Hello, children. The title of our story today is How Tortoise Was Taken Alive. The opening proverb is, "He who starts speaking early gathers plenty." And another one like it is, "The cripple starts his race well in time." Now, once upon a time in the land of animals, Tortoise had a good idea of what to do. So he told the animals, he convinced them that instead of them to be climbing palm trees, palm trees are very tall, instead of them to climb palm trees to pick palm fruits, ripe palm fruits, they should allow the ripe ones to fall on the ground. Then they can just go to gather them from the ground. The animals like this because it meant that they don't have to struggle to climb high up to get the palm fruits. Tortoise was very happy that the animals trusted him. And Tortoise is very cunning. He always wants to outdo the others. So as soon as the animals agreed to his plan, he ran home and told his wife Anum and the children to start digging a bunker under their house. And they started digging a bunker. Now the animals didn't have to climb the palm trees. They would just go and collect palm fruits from the ground. This went on well for about a month. By that time, Tortoise had finished his bunker. Then he and his family, at night, when other animals were sleeping, they will go to their farms and start picking palm fruits, from the farms. In the morning, Tortoise will ask his family to go. He told his wife and children to go back home while he stayed in the farm. Then when other people started coming to the farm, other animals, Tortoise now started going home. The first animal he met was Grasscutter. Grasscutter said, my man, Tortoise, you already finished farming and you're already going home? Tortoise said, yes, I decided to go early because you know that he who gathers early gathers plenty. Grasshopper was baffled, but he didn't say anything. Tortoise continued going, then he ran into Goat. And Goat said, Tortoise, my man, you already finished farming? You're going home when I am just going to my farm. Tortoise said, I'm okay. Don't mind me. The cripple starts his race well in time. This was how Tortoise continued answering animals who queried him, how come he was leaving so early. Now, Tortoise and his family, they continued this. And they continued filling up their bunker. The animals now found out that they were not getting as much palm fruits as they used to get. And they started pointing fingers at Tortoise. And they called him, they said, Tortoise, we always see you with a hip basket going home. You must be the one that is stealing from us. Tortoise said, no, never. I don't steal from people. All I do is give good advice. I don't steal. And they left him. Now Tortoise told his family they will no longer go with him. He will be the only one going to steal. And he continued going to steal from the farms. What he didn't know now was that the village, the people, they had come together and decided that they will have a lookout for their plants, for their farm. So they appointed Monkey as the lookout man. Monkey can climb very high and he can jump from tree to tree silently, quietly, without somebody knowing. So this was how Monkey was able to catch Tortoise stealing. But he allowed him to steal when he has filled his basket and he was now going home. The Monkey now started shouting. And the villagers came. He said, come and see who is stealing from us. They came and surrounded Tortoise. with his basket. And their king, Leopard, said, Tortoise, you should be very ashamed of yourself. You know, when they pointed fingers at you, our minds could not really take it. And we forgave you. We said it could not be you. But see now, you are the one stealing from us. Tortoise said, please forgive me. I didn't do this thing knowingly. I was just picking ripe fruit on the ground. I didn't know when I passed my own farm and went into another person's farm to pick fruit. He said, you know, the bean plant does not know boundary. It just climbs like that. Leopard said to him, be careful, Tortoise. You know, if an old woman falls 2 times, she will count the contents of her basket. After this, Tortoise told his family no more stealing, and they started eating the ones they had collected in their bunker. But it wasn't long before they finished it, and the temptation to go and steal came up again. So Tortoise now told his family, I will go alone. I won't go to this our community. I will go to a further community to steal. So he set out, and soon he came by a plantation of palm trees. What he didn't know was that these palm trees belonged to spirits. So, in fact, the first thing he saw was one big ripe palm fruit, very red, rich with oil. And you know, Tortoise loves palm fruit very much. So he now went to pick it up. The thing ran. It ran. It was running like something that was being pulled by a magnet. It pursued it until it fell into a hole. Tortoise now put his head in, and the thing caught him. His head was stuck inside the hole. The devil palm fruit now started shouting to the other spirits. He said, come and see who came to steal. Come and see who came to steal. The spirits came out from the land of the dead onto the land of the living to deal with this person that came to steal from them. When they came, they saw Tortoise with his head stuck inside the hole. They pulled him out and started tying him up, tied his hands and legs, you know.
You are coming with us. You are coming to our spirit kingdom now.
And started pulling him. Tortoise started shouting. He was very frightened. He started shouting and shouting, and other animals ran out of curiosity. They wanted to know why Tortoise was shouting so much. So when they came, they saw the spirits dragging Tortoise, you know, to the land of the dead. Tortoise saw his fellow animals. He said, my fellow animals, please, are you going to stand there looking and watching me being dragged to the land of the dead while still alive? And they shouted in unison, yes, go down there alive. Leopard said, you see, I gave you advice, but you refused to hear.
If a game escapes today, tomorrow is another hunt.
See what has happened now. If an animal escapes one day, another day is a hunt. This is how the fly that refused to listen to advice went down to the grave with the corpse. Chappy! Whoa. Now, the moral in this story, there are 2 of them. The first one is, do not steal. And the second one is that parents should not teach their children evil. Don't teach your children bad things. You know, there are parents who will be home. Maybe they're owing somebody money, and the person comes to demand for his money back. The parents will tell the children to tell the person that they are not home or that they are sleeping. It's very bad. And there are those who are traders in the market. They will use magic cup. You know, these cups, they have one cup and then there's another smaller cup inside. So when you are buying, you think you are buying the entire cup. You don't know that there's already a false bottom there. And they are teaching their children how to cheat in the market. That is very bad. Then there are those who sell cloths. You know, they use a tape. There's a way they hold the tape. They will hold it and be measuring, and each time they measure, they They shortchange you. Then when you get home, you thought you bought 3 yards. When you take it to the tailor and they measure, it's 2.5 yards you have bought. This is very bad. If you are doing it, please stop. And don't teach the apprentice. Don't teach them bad things. Chapi! Wow. Now, the preservation of Igbo language and culture is a duty for you and me.